Okay, so the last part here is going to be dealing with products and quotients for scientific notation. So the rule with these is similar to what we've already done with exponents. We treat, for example, 16a, we treat the numbers as numbers and the exponents as exponents, and we apply the rules accordingly. So for the first one, we just do 4.8 times 2, which is 9.6, and you can check with a calculator if you want. And then we put the times 10 to the, like always, and then 4 and 6, the rule is to add those, so that's 10. So 9.6 times 10 to the 10th power. Okay, the same thing applies for part B. Multiplying those two messy numbers, we end up getting 11.33 times 10 to the, well, 4 and negative 9 make a negative 5. Now in this case, we're not going to worry about making that a positive exponent because we're supposed to leave it in scientific notation, which does have negative exponents. Okay, this next one's a little more tricky, and you may not be quizzed on this, but it's important to know how to look at it and do it as well. When you multiply 7.5 and 3.2, you're going to get 24. So at first glance, this is going to be 24 times 10 to the 2 power, because we're adding the negative 5 and 7. However, scientific notation does not allow us to have a 2-digit number before the decimal point. We want to be able to write it as 2.4. So what we have to do is think about what we do when we have to shift a decimal point like that. If 24 becomes 2.4, we're moving the decimal point 1 unit to the left. So if we're subtracting 1 unit from the left here, we have to accommodate that by adding 1 unit to the exponent that we originally got. So 24 times 10 to the 2 power is going to be the same as 2.4 times 10 to the 3rd power. So we're accommodating for that shift. All right. Down in 17a, this is the same idea. We're going to divide the numbers here. 4.2 divided by 3 is 1.4 times 10 to the, and we carefully follow this. It's division, so we subtract 5 minus negative 3. Double minus makes it a plus. So we get 1.4 times 10 to the 8th. Okay, the next two are going to have those properties where we have to do some shifting. So let me just go through this with you. 7.05 and 9.4 have a quotient of 0.75. So originally we'd get 0.75 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, but once again, it has to be a number before a decimal point. There's no number there. So instead of moving to the left like we did in the number 16 part C, we're going to have to move to the right. So that means we're adding 1 place over to the right, which means we're subtracting 1 from the exponent. Actually, I said that backwards. Sorry, we're going to be adding 1 to the exponent. So after we add 1 to the exponent, instead of subtract, we're going to get 7.5 times 10 to the 6th power. Okay, last one. 1.76 divided by 2.2 is going to be 0.8 times 10 to the, well, negative 11 minus negative 5 is going to be negative 6. But we don't like the decimal point being the way it is, so instead we're going to have to move it here, and we're going to accommodate that by actually subtracting 1 from this spot here. So our final answer for this one will be 8.0 times 10 to the negative 7.